Hello folks, well, this is Miguel from the Embargo Man channel. Okay, so I have to mention this one is gonna be crazy, alright? So all of you watching this, I know what you're gonna do if I bet that I have seen a video of what would be the future CEO, the next CEO. I mean, everybody is talking trash about Johan Seitz, all right? So the guy who was the former CEO of Puma, all right? I don't know, but regardless, doesn't matter if where the CEO is from Germany or from Japan, or if the CEO is born in Brazil with from Lebanese descent. And you guys, you might know this. Okay? Then, if you know what you're doing, you are going to do something in your perfect world. Like, some of you writers might vote for somebody, might vote for a candidate that I would say this. You're going to believe you're going to believe the guy's words, all right? So you know what? I do agree for some of you people voting for you know who, that somebody who is wanted for financial fraud, a criminal who did financial fraud living in Lebanon, who is wanted in Japan, is a better fit CEO for Harley-Davidson. Why? Because you're going to believe for the presidential candidate you vote for that if he's president, I mean, I ain't going to go there yet. I'm not going to name who is the candidate, but I know what you guys are going to vote for, right? You're going to vote for somebody else and you know the consequences, all right? So for all of you that don't like him, or for, I mean, neutral people who is Kamala voters or whatever it is, the guy's name is Carlos Ghosn. All right, so I saw a video and he said, yes, they're gonna call him out, get ready for this, because I'm gonna tell the story about this man. And he said that he went to Japan in 1999, became the CEO of Nissan. He is also the CEO of BF Goodrich parent company, Michelin, right? So, I mean, he was helping out with making BF Goodrich tires. I don't know when would BF Goodrich be part of Michelin, all right? So that's what the thing is. I mean, the next CEO will equip your Harley-Davidson motorcycle as the OEM tire to be BF Goodrich. All right, so put it all this, that, well, he was wrongfully framed try to not just help with Renault or something like that, but yes, all his story is he was wrongfully framed for financial fraud in Japan just to keep the company, a car company, afloat. All right, so he went to a box from Tokyo, Japan, to Turkey to reside in Lebanon, right? I mean, he's washing there, or Carlos, you're washing there. I mean, there's people that go in and vote for somebody. A bunch of idiots are gonna vote for a person that would have said, "Oh yeah, this guy's wanted in Japan, financial fraud that people going to believe." I mean, not to worry about it. I know who I'm going to vote for the US president in 2024. You're going to be safer with a woman president than with a man president that plans to take you arrested from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to hop you on a plane, Carlos Ghosn, to send you to Japan to go to jail for financial fraud. Yes, I do believe he's telling the truth, that he's wrongfully accused, that even Mike Pence was so pissed off. Yeah, enough with this political drama. But let's put in one perspective that this guy, that for all of you believe that this financial fraud criminal who escaped Japan is more American than Johann Zeitz. Let me tell you why. That's for all of you trying to believe all the lies that the guy, if he would be, trying to make a call by not just working for a motorcycle, for a car company, 2 car companies, Renault and Nissan, right? Make an alliance and stuff. He would come here and do what he's going to do. All right? But some of you, it is, or younger people, that, they're going to Indian. They're going to European motorcycles. They're going to, what it is that one thing that I will tell you about this man, he did reshape 2 car companies to get on its feet. And after all, there was going to be some things. If you become CEO, your motorcycles ain't gonna be made in Thailand to be sold in the United States. But then, most likely, production will go further south. All right? And that's what this man will do. Everything is moving to states like Alabama or Tennessee. Or in other words, if he becomes CEO, the guy who is that one of the candidates you're gonna vote for, who is going to be in the poster of the FBI most wanted list, to be wanted for financial fraud, to be expedited to Japan to spend time in jail, if you know what I mean. All right, he's more patriotic than that. All right, anything you hear about, for all of you people, is wrong. After all of this, after Johann Zeitz would be replaced, they're gonna be calling on Carlos Ghosn. Carlos Ghosn is the man that he will be arriving in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and see what it is about the motorcycle culture, Harley-Davidson, understand the core culture of Harley-Davidson, and take it to the next level that you won't believe who he going to hire his second in command. All right, so what it is, let's talk about the COO, when the new CEO, who is former CEO of the parent company that makes BF Goodrich, former CEO of Nissan, former CEO of Renault. This guy that Carlos is gonna call him the second in command will be no other that Harley-Davidson have had with previous CEOs before Zeitz, that they fire him to thinking ahead to put something in production, and then the right man that Carlos thinks he is right for the job. It is nobody else than to be that there. It is nobody else but Eric Buell. I mean, when Carlos takes the ship of Harley-Davidson, he will call Eric Buell to become the COO, to become the second in command. All right. So Carlos is the captain, and Eric is the co-captain, right? So that's how it's going to control, because he knows for the right people. And Buell, and it was saying that he makes his own motorcycles. He had started the brand, and but with ups and failures and stuff. But then here comes Carlos, and will help Buell get up his feet. Then the Buell brand will be another brand under the Harley-Davidson umbrella, having Eric Buell to be second in command when Carlos Ghosn is the captain of the ship, right? So that's what it is. But one thing, for example, that only way that he'll be saved for getting his ass back to jail in Japan is to not to vote for the candidate that plans to take him to be wrongfully framed, because the man is an innocent man, and you voting for somebody that have done so much, that really did financial fraud, that freaking did a mess in January 6th of 2001. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know who it is. But you're gonna believe on him that Harley-Davidson hired a financial fraud criminal who is wanted in Japan. That's how it is. But that so-called financial fraud criminal who is going to think that the candidate you're going to vote for president for, that he's really most wanted, escape from jail, not spending the time for financial fraud in Japan. So what you're gonna do then? Yeah, the so-called financial fraud criminal working for Harley-Davidson, for some of you guys, for the candidate are you gonna vote for, that you're gonna vote for a real criminal, right? So what it is, I mean, he's better safe when this country has a woman president. All right. So what it is with this, I am very fair, but why in the world, in the two-party system, why they only have one man? That's just talking about the political system in America, but not just having. I mean, even if they have the former VP to go ahead and run for president, Carlos would be saved, and he'll be riding a new Harley-Davidson bike. But this is what it is with this man, all right? Once this man is taken ship, he's more American than what you guys think with all the BS. What he's going to plan to do, he's going to hire Eric Buell as second in command. He's going to restructure the company. Nothing with wokeness. Nothing with the political agenda just to cater one per people to lose the customers. What he's going to do is just focus on quality motorcycles, have Eric Buell second in command, put the Buell brand to be under the Harley-Davidson umbrella, and then you see the new models. You're gonna see the VR 1000 as one of the Harley-Davidson models, and yet plans to open up new shops in most likely closing down a factory in York, Pennsylvania, to move to the so-called to the so-called Bible Belt states, known as the Southern states, or right to work states, Union Belt. Right to work states, Bible Belt, non-union, and what it is to reopening non-union shops, and or maybe for better or worse, factories that are fully automated with just one person working at the factory floor, letting robots making your motorcycles. Yes, letting robots making your motorcycles. All right. The factories would be located in parts like Alabama, in Tennessee, Alabama, Tennessee, parts in Georgia, and whatnot, and finally Texas. All right, that's where it goes, and probably retooling the Kansas City plant, but they're gonna hire one person operating the machinery, letting robots do the work. That's would be the goals on Carlos. All right, that's Carlos' plan if he takes ship at Harley-Davidson, and also would have to have Eric Buell second in command to bring the Buell brand under the Harley-Davidson name. And this is just saying that the factory that is going to replace York, Pennsylvania, like here we go what it is with all this, that once you might say even Robbie Starbuck would believe that the man that's going to replace Johann Zeitz, he's going to believe that Harley-Davidson hired a financial fraud criminal for the candidate that he's going to vote for, that he's going to label him as a financial fraud criminal who deserves to go to prison in Japan and not to live in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That this candidate says, okay, this man deserves to be in prison in Japan than to live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, exercising financial fraud in America. For whatever that guess reason is, you are going to just believe in a lie. But that so-called financial fraud criminal is more American than any other CEO that Harley-Davidson has, or they're gonna have. All right, he's more American. All right, so even more American than Johann Zeitz. Why? Because he won't understand the culture. He's gonna hire Eric Buell as second in command. They're gonna change the whole crew, the whole administration, just to focus on the Harley-Davidson motorcycle brand, including Buell. Right? So they're gonna take out the Pan American. They're gonna revive the V-Rod, have lots of improvements working together and whatnot. So whatever it is, that after all, after what's gonna happen, they're gonna hate his ass. They're gonna hate Carlos' ass in York, Pennsylvania for a reason. All right, that most likely cutting corners, but not cutting corners by sending the jobs to Thailand. all right? But most likely, having all these opening up corners around, like first example, Carlos would have Harley Davidson to be made for the European market. They're going to open up some factory in Amsterdam, Netherlands, to make Harley Davidson in the Netherlands for the European market, while having the one for Thailand for the Thai market, the Asian markets, and whatever it is, probably South Korea, who knows? But that's what Carlos gonna do with the international market that sell the Harley Davidson motorcycle, right? They're gonna replace Thai-made bikes with Dutch bikes, right? But here in America, he will look to have another thing of cutting corners. Like, why all these companies are going to Texas or going to southern states to make their stuff is because states like these are very attractive for American manufacturing. That's the reason why. I mean, let me tell you what. They're gonna focus. The focus is on Buell. I mean, they're going to reopen a factory in Kansas City to be fully automated, that they might even dedicate on making motorcycles under the Buell brand. Then the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area still gonna be open. Lots of retooling, rechanging all of the Harley Davidson production. Yes, and open up some shops in Alabama, Tennessee, and sometimes probably South Carolina or whatever, and in Texas. Well, so let me figure out Carlos Ghosn as the CEO of Harley-Davidson, having Eric Buell as COO, Chief Operation Officer, as COO, right? Eric Buell as COO. And what it is to that, he's going to bring products appeal to a younger demographics for Harley-Davidson, revive the V-Rod, bringing back the V-Rod, bringing the Pan American and Sportsters, and then to be built in Wisconsin, and probably the big motorcycles like the Road King and Fat Boy and everything else. And all of it is going to be just settled up with the closure of the York, Pennsylvania, and moving production to Texas, probably Austin, Texas, to make these bigger motorcycles. I mean, you're gonna see Carlos Ghosn at the new Harley-Davidson assembly plant for the U.S. market, for the North American market, wearing a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and everything like that, off with the first Harley-Davidson to be built in Texas, and just playing Texas Hold'em. Maybe Beyonce would be next to Carlos Ghosn. All right, I mean, that how the operations could go well, because just to figure out everything, like, look at Tesla would move their headquarters to Texas. I mean, there's various other companies moving to Texas. I mean, even Harley-Davidson under Ghosn will move production from York, Pennsylvania to Texas. I mean, wait, people at York, Pennsylvania, you're gonna be pissed off at Ghosn, but the motorcycles that you're going to produce that once Ghosn takes ship at Harley-Davidson, they're going to shift production to Texas, and all the motorcycles that are produced in York, Pennsylvania are going to end up being produced in Texas and not Thailand. All right? And that's what Carlos Ghosn will say at a meeting in Milwaukee, and everybody else says, oh, that he's going to says the motorcycles that are going to produce in America and with ship production are going to be built in Texas and not in Thailand. So that's how it is to believe on Carlos Ghosn's word, because he is the man that will keep production of Harley-Davidson motorcycles here in America. Nobody else is going to do that but Carlos Ghosn. All right? But hey, wonder if you guys and girls having said, oh, they're gonna calling jobs to work for Harley-Davidson in Texas. That's Carlos Ghosn. That's Carlos Ghosn. All right. So, I mean, Carlos Ghosn made Pennsylvania motorcycles manufactured in Pennsylvania gone to Texas, right? I mean, that's Carlos Ghosn for you. All right. So, for all of you said about this, you wanted to support this, I am willing to say this. I am willing to say, and I'm proud of all this. This man is not guilty of any fraudulent financial fraud. He wants justice in Japan. But you guys believe that you're going to vote for somebody that is financial fraud in schools and all of the business schools and whatever, and even appeared in a lousy TV show, that once he runs for president, I mean, let me tell you how this is going to go. Okay, this is going to go like this. All right. Okay. So Harley-Davidson under Carlos Ghosn will be settled up to be very successful, having Eric Buell as second in command at Harley-Davidson, the Buell brand under the Harley-Davidson umbrella, having all these even more products under the Harley-Davidson name, and have room of improvements for Harley-Davidson to outsurpass Indian or even outsurpass Honda, right? Put it that way. And even for having Consumer Reports. So Ghosn will be hated in York, Pennsylvania, but he's going to be loved in Texas. All right. He's going to be loved not just in Texas, but in southern states that would put a Harley-Davidson factory in those so-called, or what is called the right to work states. That, I mean, wonder that like even the CEO of Airbus would go to Alabama and like, look, there's the Harley-Davidson factory next door where Carlos Ghosn put in Alabama. Right? That's how Harley-Davidson's gonna work under the Carlos Ghosn control, as Carlos Ghosn takes ship. All right, but you know, now if you wonder who you're gonna vote for, if you vote for somebody that you think is going to do the job right compared to a woman, then what will happen is that I'm going to talk about the next person who's going to take ship in my next video on Embargo Man. And I am going to say this. Well, what's going to happen if the candidate you vote for president of the United States be in charge, and you think that things are going to be better off with him, what's going to happen is that he's going to speak out about having a financial fraud criminal who is wanted in Japan, and then you're gonna see Ghosn's face on the FBI most wanted poster. The guy living in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Crime, financial fraud in Japan. And then I know what you're gonna believe. You're gonna believe on the candidate that would put him in all the lies that the Japan people said, that you believe that is going to be all true, right? What's going to happen with that, then I will say that Eric Buell is going to roast the president that you're going to vote for, and is going to be in the next video on Embargo Man. Eric Buell as CEO of Harley-Davidson. You want to see what it is, who he's going to roast, and I know who he's going to roast. I mean, bad criticism for the president you vote for is going to be something that you see somebody who is putting the company, who isn't as so, he is American as apple pie, understanding the culture of Harley-Davidson, the savior to take away from the wokeness, seeing this man hopping on a plane, FBI agents knocking on his door in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, hopping him in a plane, and then they're gonna just take his ass to Japan, and he ends up in jail in Japan. So that's what's going to be in the next video on Embargo Man. Eric Buell, here we come. But that's for you. If you vote for the candidate you think that is going to do things right, you're going to see Eric Buell taking ship at Harley-Davidson. And please hit the bell button, subscribe to the Embargo Man channel, and see you on the next video. Peace out. And for all you guys, ride safely.